What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and tonight I wanted to do a quick review. Red dots on Glocks. And I'm not saying red dots on pistols, I'm saying red dots on Glocks. This is my first pistol that I have had a red dot on. I've owned RMRs in the past, but I've had them on like sub guns. I had it on a shotgun for a little bit, so I have lots of experience with the RMR, and there are pros and cons to the RMR that I'm going to talk about in this video. But I wanted to talk about how it relates to this Glock 17 here. This is my ultimate Glock build that still isn't done. If you can see, it still looks a little janky. I'm testing some stuff and putting some new stuff on it. And I want to talk to you about some of the cons that I found specifically with this slide and this red dot as a combination on a Glock. The first thing I want to talk about is the grip angle of a Glock, right? If you hold a Glock and you hold most other guns like this, PPQ here for example, you'll find that you have a tendency to lean a little bit high. So you have to break your grip down just a little bit more to stay on target. Now that's fine if all you shoot is Glocks, but if you shoot other guns it can get a little irritating. But you know, that's no big deal. That's not a fault of the design. Now the problem with having a red dot on a Glock specifically is because, if you guys don't know, the center of the red dot, which you can't see on camera, is higher than what your sights would be. Even a little higher than what kind of suppressor sights would sit. So the issue with that is if you already have to break your grip down for the Glock, you have to break your grip down even further for the red dot sights. What are the pros of having the red dot on a handgun? I know that they're a little faster, but they weren't noticeably faster for me. They were, however, noticeably more accurate. I could say that I was more accurate with this one point of aim than I was with my iron sights, and I've only used this red dot sight maybe 500-600 rounds, and I can already tell you that I could make better hits with the red dot sight than I could without. But the issue I have with that is, what platform are you putting it on? Our Glock's known for unbelievable accuracy. They're good for lightweight, they're good for carry. People do use them in competition. They're good for speed. They have that, you know, the low bore axis, that kind of thing, even though you have to tilt it a little bit more. But I've never known Glocks to be awesomely accurate. Something like a PPQ, for example, which has that super awesome preset trigger, right? Glocks don't have that. This is like a $300 trigger that I have in here, and you can still see I've got some take up here. It's a little spongy, and it does break better than most other Glock triggers. But I still don't know if the red dot is a good fit for that. I think it would be more beneficial to have this red dot on something that you don't carry where it doesn't get in the way, and you use it for accuracy. That's why I'm actually taking this off. That's why I'm making this video in the first place. I wanted to make it before I took it off because I just purchased, spoiler alert, a PPQ match. Now for those who don't know, it looks a lot like this PPQ, except it's got a 5-inch barrel, and it comes with the ability to put a red dot sight on it, just like this Glock does. So I'm going to take this off and try that. Another reason I wanted to do that is because red dots are unreliable. Now, people are going to refute that, but I should say the RMR is unreliable. Okay? Doesn't mean that if you drop it, it'll break. It doesn't mean it'll run out of battery. It's got a 5-year battery life. The issue you're going to have is basically weather conditions. If you get mud in this, if you get blood in this, if you get any type of rain, if any type of raindrops or snow or anything like that, it really messes with the vision through the red dot. And I know people are going to say, well, you know, that's why you run backup irons. So if you get snow or mud or something in this red dot, you can't see through it to co-witness with your irons in the first place. That's why I suggest, you know, if you're running an RMR for self-defense, I suggest you learn how to shoot off the top of this little notch here, just in case anything bad happens. Personally, I don't think I would use an RMR for a self-defense handgun at this time, but that's just my personal experience, my personal preferences. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it at all. I just say that I think I can shoot more than well enough with my regular iron sights, and I think they're more reliable. And I'd rather have more reliable than slightly more accurate, especially when most self-defense shootings happen within 5 yards. And I'm not just taking this off because I'm just replacing this gun with the PPQ, I should say. I'm probably going to try this on several different guns before I find a fit for it. And I'm not saying I don't like a red dot on a pistol. I actually really did like it. I just don't think the Glock is a great fit. I'm going to try the PPQ. I'm probably going to try a 1911 or a 2011. As of right now, I'm thinking about getting a custom 2011 made for me. So maybe I'll try it on that as well. But you're definitely not going to see the end of this RMR on this channel. So that's about it right now. Those are my current impressions of a red dot on a Glock. I think red dots on pistols are a great idea. One point of aim I think is always a great idea. I mean, it makes things a little bit faster. It makes things a little more accurate, especially at distance, you know, because at distance, people are like, well, why does it matter on a pistol? Well, on a pistol, pistols are harder to shoot than a rifle. Less points of contact, a heavier trigger, and a lighter gun, right? That makes things harder to shoot. So you really have to focus on it, especially your trigger fundamentals, while you're aiming at, let's say, 50 or 75 or even 100 yards. And the last thing you want to have to worry about is lining up your sights as well. With a red dot, you can just put that dot on the target and press. The other great thing about a red dot is that instead of being focused on your sights, you basically target focus, which, you know, to be fair, in a self-defense situation, I know I just talked down on it, but is a great, you know, is a great addition because you can focus on your target and superimpose that red dot on it and take care of the problem. So I think red dots are a great idea, and I think in the future red dots probably will take over the iron sight market. They'll have to be a little bit smaller, and they have to do something with the glass. I'm not really sure what they can do with that. I know aim points and aim point micros, I haven't had near as much issue as I have getting stuff inside this RMR here, because if you get stuff out here, you can wipe it off real easy, but something in here is tough to deal with. So I guess that's just my humble opinion. Another way you can help out with that, which I've done, is put this grip adapter on here, which makes the grip angle a little less abrupt, and it makes that red dot come up a little bit easier when you pull the pistol up. So that's an addition that you can do if you see similar problems that I'm seeing. I'm going to try this on the PPQ, and who knows, maybe it'll find its way back around here. Maybe I'll change my mind. But as of now, I doubt it. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, you know, if you have anything that I talked about that you want in a little more detail, or if you have some products that could help me out with my current situation, or if you completely disagree with me altogether, that's okay. Put it in the comment section below. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. Check you later.